You had a show that you were working on? A TV show?
Well, I'm interested in doing something with television. You know, the whole reality thing, I like it, but I have limits with that.
I'm sure you've been offered reality shows.
Totally.
Love and Hip Hop?
Totally. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. It's entertaining for the most part, but to me, I think that there's so much more that you can offer on television than, you know, boobs flying out, shoes throwing, hair pulling, drinks in the face. It's a lot, you know, but it is what it is. I mean, it's survived because people obviously like the entertainment of it, but it's nothing for me to do. I'm not going to feel like I worked this hard to come this far to go back there. I'm not going to allow my rights to be given away to somebody that I can't control.
Because one thing, you know, like with Tiny, and I believe Toya as well, you know, like Tiny was executive producer of all her shows. So she decides
what stays and what goes.
Exactly, and what goes. And if you look, when you look at all of Tiny's projects, it ain't a bunch of nonsense. Like, you know what I mean?
You have a big family. You're married to T.I., which is a very smart guy. And you want to make sure your kids, y'all have like the whole family Brady Bunch type growing kids. You have a beautiful daughter that's grown. You have your sons. Like, you want to show them the respect of how to grow up. So she can't. Tiny is so sweet. She's not, I can't see her not being in control and, you know, just allowing someone to control and make her family do stuff they don't want to do. So I definitely must say you need to be in control of it. To do that, I think that's definitely one of my biggest issues. I need to make sure I can say, I don't like this cut, or take this out, or add this, because I'm not going to allow you to control my imaging of how I should look, or you add the wrong thing and you make me look weird or crazy. I don't think
well, because, you know, I've talked to, you know, I've interviewed damn near everybody on every Love and Hip Hop episode since it started. And, you know, they told me how it works. Like, let's just say that you don't get along with a specific person, right? They're going to book a scene with y'all two together.
Just for the drama.
And if you say, I don't want to do it, they'll say, okay, you know, in the contract, there's a delay of taping charge, which is like $20,000 a day.
Oh, wow.
You know, you're talking about people who are not financially
able for that.
Who could actually withstand something like that. So, okay, so you show up with this person who's been talking shit about you for the past 3 months.
Got it.
What you think
gonna happen? And then a fight's gonna happen. Everybody's just cats and dogs going wild.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause I don't know if you heard in the news. I mean, apparently, you know, Ray J's girl Princess punched out Morgan, I guess, at the reunion last night.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's the story that's being reported. I mean, I guess.
I haven't watched that one too much. I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Young Bird got arrested this morning for choking Masika.
Wow. See, it's getting a little out of control, I think.
I think it is too.
It's getting out of control.
I think you know, Jocelyn actually has an arrest warrant in New York.
Oh, wow.
Over the fight that broke out in the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta
thing. See, now it's getting like too far for me. I think I think the whole reality thing, it should be, it's real life. But I think definitely there needs to be stimulations in how far you go. I don't think you should be allowed to put your hands on nobody else, throw drinks, hit, pull weave, snatch out implants, and throw shoes and do all this stuff. Right. That's totally like, I think we work too hard for that. Like, how you wearing a pair of $2,000 shoes, but you're throwing them to hit somebody in the face, or you're snatching off your head?
So you were offered Love and Hip Hop.
I've been offered a bunch of different shows. Love and Hip Hop, I assumed they were trying to do the one in Miami. Of course, I turned it down. It never happened in Miami because of that. And a couple more, but I just don't like the imaging of that. I'm more of like on a Sex and the City type vibe thing with it. You know, mature women, sexy, fashion, you know, love, romance, breakups, marriage, infidelity, like just that whole life, realistic type things. Girls looking for love, somebody's going through divorce. Just the whole, me and my girlfriends, we talk about real life stuff. And I think for me, that's what my life really is. And that's what it have to be. Of course, you have moments where there's, you know, you agree to disagree. Everything is not squeaky clean perfect. You know, I may not like what you said. You may not like her opinion or her comment, but we know how to hash it out. Even if you're arguing and fussing, but there's definitely no touching. There's definitely no hitting. It's definitely in control to where I think it's a respect level. Like, I can say what I need to say and get my point across to you, even if you disagree.
Right, but unfortunately that doesn't get ratings all the time.
I mean,
you know, I mean, and this is the,
I guess because the Love and Hip Hop genre has allowed it to be built off of that. So now everything seems to be that we need to have fights and we need to have this for the ratings and we need to have that. But I mean, there are successful shows that have great ratings and it's not doing that.
This is true.
You know?
Because I thought I'd read something about a show that you were working on, or
I'm in the talks of working on the show.
Okay, so there's nothing.
But the thing about it is, we're discussing what I want to do in the show. That's where we're at right now with the whole making a decision, making sure I have say so. I'm able to create and control my part of it. And just the branding of the type of show that I'm trying. Because what you put out there is what you put out there. And there's no coming back from that. No. They're ready for you. So you have to make sure that you attack it that way. And I wanted to make sure it's perceived the right way. Like, you want to see my lifestyle off the camera. I mean, outside of music and concerts and interviews, you want to see how I really live, what I do. That's a different lifestyle, you know? And I need to be in control of that. I have to be in control of that.
Well, and it seems like you see, like, you know, just as an interesting example, you look at like Hulk Hogan and his wife, who were together for like
forever,
30 years. Yeah. And then a couple seasons into the reality show, now they're divorced. She's dating some 18-year-old.
Yes. Like, I love their family. Their family was amazing. I think that was
they live in Miami, right?
Down. Yeah. I think that kind of brought the whole thing down with that whole thing. But I mean, it is what it is. If you put it out there like that, it comes back full circle, and then that's what happened.
I mean, the thing that I realized being behind the camera and what I do is that, especially if you're talking about people who haven't really had a lot of attention, you know, haven't had a lot of publicity, you know, as it were, that people will throw it all away for a couple of minutes of fame.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I know people who are in prison right now for talking reckless on YouTube. Oh, wow. Right now, who are locked up forever. Gosh. You know what I mean? Because people, for some reason, think that a YouTube video is not admissible in court, or you know what I mean, or like
they find anything,
you know, you could just say, "Oh, it was for entertainment. This isn't true," and you know, a jury is going to see otherwise. And you know, and this is what I'm saying. It seems like in today's age, and you know, think about the time when you know when you and I grew up, you couldn't just become famous by doing something crazy.
No,
because it wouldn't make the news.
No.
You know, whereas now,
because the internet has gained that access, the Twitters, the Instagram, the social media, the Vine, and all this stuff. Everything is camered for the internet. Everything. Yeah. Anything, if you walk outside, somebody's arguing, let's film it, let's put it on the internet. And I think that's what this whole cycle has turned into. It's insane, totally insane.
It seems like you kind of stayed out of it.
I don't like the internet.